This particular room, I call it the IKEA room. It's because 90% of the furniture in this room is from IKEA. We expect one day the girls to move out of the house. In terms of the sofa, it's a semi-custom made sofa. And you guess how much is the sofa set?
Since it's custom made, right? Usually more than 10k.
The whole set is 2,000 ringgit.
That's so cheap! What's this thing? Looks like a futuristic panel like that.
I'm sorry, I suddenly on myself.
Welcome to another episode of Worth the Home. In the last episode, Peter came over to my house to tour around. So today, I'll be touring Frankie's house. No wait, it is a mansion. So let's go head inside. Hi,
Hey!
So just a quick introduction of Frankie. He's one of the bosses in Finite Media, but also the face of FAQ Show.
Yeah, remember to subscribe, turn on the bell notification for more content on FAQ Show. Hey, don't stand outside, come. Go inside.
So as we enter the house, right, I can see that you're super ready for Chinese New Year because as we enter, a lot of red things everywhere as well. So maybe you want to give like a quick introduction of like how big your house is, how much you spend, you know, all those things, yeah.
Right. So this is a typical 22x75 kind of terrace house. It's an intermediate unit. When we bought the house, it was during the pandemic. So the seller was a little bit desperate to cash out lah. So we managed to get it at quite a good price, 1.07 billion, which is also part of our strategy. So when we wanted to buy a house, we look for the very, very rundown kind, so that we have the opportunity to say, you know, there's a lot of things that we need to do, so give a bit more discount.
I see. Did you change the whole thing? Like, do you robocan everything, then only you rebuild?
Yeah, for sure. Because we have the intention to actually tear it down and rebuild it to our liking. So yes, as you can see, it's totally not from the original design. We tore down the front, we tore down the back, and then we extended to the maximum that we could based on the MPPJ regulations. Yeah, so it's the max that I can do already.
So what was left of the house?
Probably just the frame.
Oh.
Yeah, the frame is because it's a terrace house, right? So even though I would like to have a higher ceiling, I couldn't because this ceiling is the floor of the entire row. So if I change the floor, then it will be like everyone same suddenly one house up, right? You can still do it, but it will be a lot of work. So and it's going to be very expensive. So okay lah, just follow everybody same level.
Let's go for a quick tour of your house.
Sure.
So here I can see that you actually opt for a sliding door concept instead of like those normal windows as from your neighbors lah. So is there a reason why?
Okay, so this part over here, right? Even though it is like a sliding door, big mirror kind of concept, but it also serves as a emergency door. Because ultimately you only have one entrance, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you want to move big furnitures, it's very hard to come in from here. So this one, while it is a big window, it can also serve as a door. So I just need to open up, then things can move in and out easily. No?
How about like the ventilation? Is it like for ventilation purposes also? Because you don't always on aircon one, right? Yeah. So does it help with the whole ventilation?
Oh, of course, because it's a full on, right? So later as we move over to the back, you can see how I actually plan the house design so that the air ventilation can be better. So yes, you are right. If I open this up here in the front and towards the back, the air can actually flow freely from front to the back. And upstairs also I have an air well. So when I open up everything, then you know physics cools air go up, then hot air comes down. No, the other way around. The other way around.
But how about like those mosquito, lizard, cockroach, you know, all those things?
Don't worry, because it's fully bug proof.
Oh.
Correct. So I installed those mosquito netting. Yes, throughout the entire house. So you can open up freely. Right?
Does that cost a lot though? Like you put a customized size mosquito net?
Okay, depends on what material you use. If you go for the traditional kind, that kind of mosquito netting, right, it's very cheap one. If I'm not mistaken, it's less than 10 ringgit per square feet. I think even that is expensive already. But I use a mixture of those conventional mosquito netting and also theft-proof mosquito netting. That one is expensive.
What does that mean? Like
means you use hammer, you use axe to chop also cannot break one, that kind.
Oh, can we test?
Yeah. So just to give you a perspective, this big piece over here is a very big piece of anti-theft mosquito netting. The whole piece here costs 20,000.
So that's where one of your bulk investment of your almost 1 million worth of everything.
Correct.
Oh.
So places where it's prone for crime, I'll use this kind of netting.
Right now, let's head to the living room.
First of all, you see there's no built-in furnitures here, right? They're all loose furnitures.
Yes.
It's because there will be one day that we get tired of all these furnitures and then we can move things around. We give ourselves that flexibility so that if we don't like something, we want to change something that is easy for us to move. Why blue color is very simple because my wife likes blue color. So generally you see a lot of blue in the house. So that is the only reason why my house is blue. In terms of the sofa, it's a semi-custom made sofa in the sense that I know for a fact that I like a hard cushion. So when I bought the sofa, I say, can you make my seat hard? Secondly is that you see this one here slant like that, right?
Yes.
So you can actually sleep on it and then make this your pillow like that.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a custom made sofa. The frame is standard, but I just said, okay, this one I want to be like this one I want to be like this. So they made for me, right, based on my requirement. And you guess how much is the sofa set?
Since it's custom made, right, usually more than 10K. But then since it's only like 3 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put around 8K.
Okay. The whole set is 2,000 ringgit.
That's so cheap!
Yeah.
Where do you get it from?
Okay, so the trick here is you should go and find those furniture maker straight away. This one comes straight out from the factory.
But one thing I might want to ask you also, right? Because all this, like you said, loose furnitures, right? Does loose furniture cost more than built-in or built-in might cost more?
Usually built-in costs more because it's custom made, right? They have to come, they have to measure, they have to go back to the carpentry, cut to the right sizes, come back here to install. So it's very expensive.
It is quite cozy here.
Quite
I
cozy,
would say you spend a lot of time with your kids here because got a lot of play toys and got
Correct.
blankets somewhere, right?
This is the main activity area.
So let's move on to the dining room over there.
Come. So there's a lot of wood in the dining area, as you can see, right? Wooden chair, wooden table, wooden wall panel. And if you look toward this side, it's a wooden panel because more decoration.
Oh, what's
the
inside?
space.
Is it something? It looks like it's something.
It's actually my storeroom.
Oh, that's really nice because you really flush everything together.
Yeah, if not, it will be very ugly, right? Suddenly you have a storeroom door and then people know that all your rubbish are all chucked inside here. So by doing this concept, then it feels like it is part of the decoration of the dining room. So it doesn't feel like, hey, there's a storeroom next to it.
Is there a reason why you added a mirror behind?
This mirror is feng shui. Apparently, feng shui say if you put a mirror next to your dining table, then when you put food on the table, right, it kind of reflects the food, so everything is double. The other reason is that it also makes the space look bigger, right? Because this is a 22 times 75 house, so it's a very small terrace house. But when you have a mirror here, it looks like the house is double the size.
So does that mean, right, if we were to put go bar here, does it mean it will double also?
Maybe you try.
So other than the mirror, right, for this table itself, is it like on purpose you chose something that's a bit like irregular shape kind of thing?
Okay, this is actually a rare find. There was one time we went for dining table shopping and we came across with this very, very dodgy shop that looks like it's going to close down. Then there were like many of these slabs just laying there. Then we were like, are these for sale? Yeah, sure. How much is it? Looks expensive. Yeah, for this piece I can give you 3,000 ringgit lah. 3,000 ringgit straight away deal. Yeah, so that's how I got it.
So tip for our audience is maybe dodgy shops might give you discount. But don't CP walk in lah, don't CP walk in.
Yeah. Don't rush into buying things.
Let's head over to the kitchen next. So now we're in the kitchen already. There's a lot of cabinets and whatnot, but it looks very uniform because it's all white and blue and a bit of gold finishing. What inspired you to design it this way?
So just now we talked about built-in furniture and also loose furniture. Kitchen is one area where it is fully built-in. Okay?
Yep.
Fully built-in because number one, it looks very ugly if the kitchen has loose furniture, right? And it's not like we're going to move things around. So it makes sense to do built-in furniture over here. The biggest challenge in the kitchen is the space. As you can see, it's a very, very small space over here. But typically kitchen means you have a lot of things to keep. You have your kuali, you have your cooker, you have like plates, utensils and all that.
Yep.
So storage is a big problem in a small space like this. Therefore, when we designed the kitchen, we told the architect that we want to maximize storage area. That's the reason why everywhere you turn, it's all storage. right? Storage all the way up, down, left, right. Even this island underneath is entirely storage.
Wow.
So that's how we make space for the kitchen. And the gold furnishing is just happened that we saw this handle really nice, and when we put it together, it matches perfectly. So that we thought, hey, let's use this handle. That's why we have this combination.
So your sink here quite big, yeah? So how often you wash dishes, or is it your wife wash one?
Oh, this is my main washing area. So even hand dirty wash hand also come here and wash.
This one can pull out or anything? Any feature? Oh, so you can easily clean the sides.
Correct.
Oh, we have the same thing.
You have the same
Yeah,
thing?
we have the same thing, yeah. Because I also like to clean all the corners and want a clean freak, ma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So I think this is a very good addition to the house, especially, you know, you can clean all the sides very nicely. So this is a very good investment, I feel. So in your dry kitchen, you use an induction, but outside you use gas. Is there like a reason why you choose both? Usually people choose one only, but you got both.
Okay, because cooking ultimately is the wok hey. So the real cooking happens at the back. This one is for like heating up your food, cook some instant noodle and stuff. Then I do it here.
What's this thing? Looks like a futuristic panel like that.
It is actually just a traditional hood, right, to suck all the oil, the smoke and whatnot out of the house. I pretty like this design because the traditional one is just one rectangular piece. I'm sorry, I suddenly on myself. Because wave.
Oh, it's touchscreen.
No, it's wave. Now it is activated, it is sucking all the air out already. So with this design, because it opens up like this, right?
Yeah.
So less smoke comes out to this area, everything goes inside. Yeah. So I particularly like this design, so therefore I choose this one.
How much does this cost? Just the hob?
Oh, I can't remember already. It was quite expensive.
I realized one thing about your whole entire kitchen, and also since we done the living room and also the dining room, right? There's not much Shopee goods here. Is it true?
No, there's a lot of Shopee goods here.
Oh,
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you buy for Shopee? Let's just say around here.
This side of the table is all Shopee. They are all from Xiaomi. So Xiaomi don't really have like a proper shop in Malaysia when I bought them. So all these are bought from Shopee. Yeah, the rice cooker, the microwave, and the water dispenser.
Let's head over to the wet kitchen where you maybe do a char kway teow.
Yeah, come. Actually, nothing much to walk through because it's just two steps width of wet kitchen, right? So basically just enough space for you to do your cooking. I can't do much about it because this is the only space I have left for the wet kitchen. So sometimes it's a bit mafan because a lot of all the ingredients, I have to put it on the island and I have to go in and out to carry things. So that's the small disadvantage of having the wet kitchen outside of the house. But other than that, it's fantastic because I can close the sliding door over here. I can do my whatever big cooking over here and it doesn't affect the people living inside.
And especially the backsplash you chose, right? It doesn't actually like stick those oily stuff. It's very easy to clean and all.
It's all tiled up, so it's very easy to clean.
Is there a reason why you didn't choose a hob to put here also?
There.
Oh, just that. Enough?
Yeah, enough.
So the usual old way also actually okay already.
Correct. Two reasons. One is because I already have one inside, right? And the hose, the pipe run across up here. So if I have two, I'll have two holes. Then it's a bit, I don't like so many things on my ceiling, right? The other thing is to save some cost.
So let's talk about your yard space. It has changed quite a bit since from the last video that we saw.
Yeah.
What are the changes that you have made here?
So that time because I just moved in, then you all the guest want to film the video. So that's why you'll see a very naked side of the yard. This time around, it's all fully made up. So as you can see, it's quite a zen place, so to speak, right? So it's stone up, and then I have a feature tree over here, just to give a little bit of green to the whole house because this is an intermediate house. I got no garden, so this is my only green space that I have downstairs.
I guess behind you, I see like a washer, dryer kind of thing.
Correct.
Is there a reason why you opt for a washer, dryer? Because usually like landed homes, right? In general, we have like space outside to sai sam and everything. I mean, put your clothes outside and all, because got sun and everything, right? Is there a reason why you opt for this?
Yes. Number one, while landed house, you have more space to do that kind of activities. It also have less space in some sense. Why that? Because I have 2 cars. When both cars are in the car Porsche, there's actually not much space left. And I also put an awning across my car Porsche, so there's very little sunlight. So as a result of that, to hang clothes outside, yes, but I don't get direct sunlight, I just get the heat, right? So might as well just put it in the dryer, you know, it's also faster as well.
How about like electricity consumption? Because I would assume that dryers might take a long time, you know, your thing is just running, right? So how's your electricity bill?
Okay, the thing about my house is I actually don't worry about electricity bill because I install solar panel in my house.
I see.
Yeah, so that solar panel will cover roughly around 250 ringgit worth of electricity per month. So I just use whatever I want. If don't use also, it's wasted anyway.
That's all for the ground floor. So let's head upstairs.
Hey, Peter!
The next day.
This sucks. This sucks. Spills, crumbs, random mess, it happens. This is why I got the Corvin X8 to suck it all up. Got crumbs and sticky floors? No problem. The 4-in-1 mop head handles everything from vacuuming, mopping, steaming, and even UV disinfecting, all in one go, leaving your floors spotless. Tired of dirt hiding in your sofa or bed? The motorized UV bed vacuum tool eliminates dust, dirt, and allergens with ease, keeping the home fresh and clean. With the green laser LED, even the tiniest particles are revealed, making dust nowhere to hide. Vacuuming has never been this precise and satisfying. And when it's time to clean the vacuum, simply dock it and the station will automatically vacuum the debris into the dust bag. No flying dust, no hassle, just clean and done. Get your suckable vacuum for only 1,898 ringgit plus 5 years of essential supplies worth 922 ringgit for free. Limited to only 250 units. Don't miss out, check out the link in the description down below. So we are here on the 2nd floor and there's an air well here that you were mentioning just now.
So the original design of this space here is obviously fully covered up. This is the second living area. But I thought to myself, most activities happen downstairs. Not many people is going to use this space. So why not just open up, create an air well over here. Ventilation is better. I can also use this space to do some gardening and sort of that kind of stuff, but obviously it's a failure, as you can see. Quite messy and all that, but nonetheless there's still some green, so that's the purpose.
As we are standing here also, it's actually quite like there's a lot of air and all. It feels very nice, especially if at night, right?
Yeah.
Then sit on the chair there, read some books and all. Do you read to your girls every night here?
No, it doesn't happen like that. Most of the time the children will come in and pick the book that they like. They either go back to their rooms and read themselves, or they'll ask me to read them a story.
Let's head over to the master room on the right. So Frankie, your master bedroom is very, very spacious, but it looks like there's not enough cabinet space. Is it on purpose or?
Okay, maybe because I'm a guy, so to me it's enough. Right, but yes, my wife has been complaining that she got not enough space, so she has been eating into my space. But it's very hard for us to actually build more cabinet space. I mean, the initial idea is to have a walk-in wardrobe, which will be on the other side of the room. But because remember of the area outside, because of the area outside, both sides are converted into windows. And because they are windows, it's very difficult for me to put a cabinet right behind the window, then it looks very ugly. Right, so therefore we forget about the idea of having a walk-in wardrobe. We just move the cabinet to the other side of the room, and this is the only space where I can put it. Because if any bigger, then it will eat into my bed space, which is not very nice.
But in a way, it's quite good also because it limits the amount of clothes you buy also.
That's true. Save money.
So the master bedroom, right, is so big to the point where you can even add a third living room already at this point. Yeah. How often do you spend time watching TV, and why did you add a TV in your living room also?
Okay.
Living room pula. This is your bedroom.
Yes, correct. So this space here is actually unintentional. Why I say unintentional? This TV cabinet here is actually from my old house, from the condo, right? If you check out Mr. My TV, this thing came from that house. And why did I bring it over is because I like wood furniture, and wood furniture tends to be a little bit more expensive. So a bit sayang to just throw away, right? So I brought the furniture here. I didn't have space to put it, so I put it in my room. Then subsequently, I wanted a bigger TV for my living room. So I bought a new TV downstairs.
Yep.
Then takkan I throw the old TV away, right?
Correct.
So I put the old TV on my old TV cabinet. Then, of course, when you have a TV, then you start watching TV on the bed, lor. But the bed is there. Then we thought to ourselves, since our room is big enough, right? Let's buy a new sofa. So therefore, we have a new sofa. So over time, it suddenly became a third living room, so to say. Yeah.
Let's head over to your girls' room.
Oh, come.
Yeah. As we are walking in, I realized that the girls' room is identical, maybe except for the color. So I assume this is the older girls' room. The other one is very pinkish, very like young vibe kind of thing. So I assume that's the younger one. Is that correct?
Right, but they're actually just 2 years apart, lah. So it's fantastic that this kind of small little details you can pick it up and tell which one is the elder one, which one is the younger one.
I guess the difference is also the furniture choices and also like the bed sheet itself also tells a lot.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's very much identical because I realized that both of the rooms do not have any like built-in cabinet. Everything is loose furniture. Is that like a reason why?
Okay, this particular room, I call it the IKEA room. Why is it IKEA room? Is because 90% of the furniture in this room is from IKEA. IKEA cabinet, IKEA carpet, IKEA table, IKEA chair, IKEA drawers. Why is very simple. We are lazy to think of nice furniture to buy already. Number 2 is IKEA furniture tend to be more affordable lah. And number 3 is we expect one day the girls to move out of the house. So these furnitures just need to last for around 20 years plus minus. So by the time 20 years later, it's also time to change the function of this room to maybe a study room or maybe a TV room by itself when they move out of the house. So therefore we keep the rooms loose. Yeah, it's for that purpose.
So that when they grow old already, this one can change here and there. That wraps up the end of the tour. I have some questions for you. Some of it was from the previous videos that we have done from the viewers themselves. Let's head over downstairs and let's go through the questions together.
Okay.
Overall, I think your house is very minimalistic, very clean. I really like it because it's very functional, very livable and all. But when you say 700,000 for the whole entire budget, right? How did you budget it? Because did you go like over 700 or do you go like under? What can you save on? What did you not stinge on?
So the initial budget for renovation is actually 400 to 500,000. So it definitely went over budget. The main cost for that over budget is because this renovation was done over a period of the pandemic. So if you can recall, right, it was like lockdown, open again, lockdown, open again. And it's also the time where we have a lot of supply chain disruption. So commodity prices all went up and stuff like that. So material costs during that time went up in prices by the week. So if you don't lock the price this week, next week is going to be a new price and the price is going to be 10% increase. So it was a very, very painful period. Where did we not stinge on and stuff like that is definitely when it comes to the structure of the house. If the cost needs to go in, it has to go in. If you notice a lot of houses, right, they'll be like, okay lah, chin chai lah, just do, right? It will end up where you will start seeing a lot of hairline cracks, for example. This kind of little things, right, if you cut costs, right, it will appear in the house one. So we were very particular in those very little things. So in terms of the structure, we make sure it's very strong. So hopefully, touch wood, there is no hairline crack and that kind of issues yet in the house. The tiles are still perfectly fine and all that. We don't see any pop-ups or cracks or whatever. Yeah, that's all because we put a lot of attention to the small little details. Where we stinge on, probably that's the reason why it is minimalistic. It's because a lot of things, actually we are still finding things that we like to fill the house. For example, all these paintings, all these pictures, right? It took years to find the right thing to put on the wall. That also helped us to stretch out the costing of having to decorate the house all in one shot in one period of time, right? So it's being spread out and we enjoy finding for nice things to put in the house also.
I see. While we're talking about like costing also, Is there a reason why you chose to buy a sub-sale house instead of like a brand new house, maybe like in Almina or those new townships, right? Is there a reason why?
So it comes to what you're looking for. A lot of new township these days, they are not in the city center itself. It is mostly outskirts because the town center got no more space already, ma. So if you prefer that kind of lifestyle, fine, right? You can go and find houses outside, cheaper price, newer design. But there are a few reasons why we choose to buy a sub-sale house in the city. Number one is because where we work, you know, where my school goes to school and all that, it's all in the city center. It's all in town, this PJ area, right? And we are quite familiar with this area. My parents live nearby, my in-laws live nearby. And we are pretty confident that this area is a mature area. We don't need to worry whether price is going to go up, price is going to go down, whether the footfall is going to increase, whether I will have schools in the future. I don't need to worry about that because this is a mature area. So that's the key reason why we chose a sub-sale house over a new place.
Is there like 3 tips you can give to our viewers as to like when they renovate their home or how they choose like a sub-sale home? What are some of your 3 main tips?
So there's one renovation tip that I just learned recently, is that, you know, when you renovate your house, the window area, the window, you know, you have the window, right? How do you think the window is constructed? Usually they will measure the hole and then they will put the frame up, right? That's actually the wrong way to do it. And what's the consequence of doing that? Building a hole and then put the window on?
Water seep in.
Correct. So I have the problem in my house. The correct way of doing it is actually putting the frame in first, then only you build your window bricks on the side.
I see.
Then because now the window frame become part of the house, the water cannot seep in. That's one tip for you guys to learn. Secondly is the carport area. The carport area where you are talking about 2 ton, 1.5 ton of car sitting on the floor, right?
Yep.
So if the foundation of the floor is not strong enough, you have your tile cracks and things like that. So don't stinge on the foundation. Make sure it is strong enough to support the weight of the car or whatever things that you're going to put there. One more point. So don't go tergesa-gesa, go and put everything that you want into the house. Take your time with your family to see what you really like and what you really feel like putting in those spaces. Then only you slowly decorate the house. House is a space where you're going to live a very long time. It is not a space where you decorate today and then you can live with it for the rest of your life, right? Keep it simple because it will become more exciting as you add new things into it. Then be like, this one I bought it this year. This one I bought it last year. That one 10 years ago. There's a story in every piece that you put inside. Yeah, it makes the house more cozy in that way.
Thanks for showing us around your house. Now it's Chinese New Year, we definitely cannot come empty-handed. So we have something for you, it's behind here. So maybe you have to move a bit to your left.
Okay. Wow.
In collaboration with Kovan, we're giving you this Kovan X8. It steams, it mops, it vacuums also. So it definitely will help you with the cleaning of your house.
Okay, I'll definitely give it a try. Thank you, Kovan. And I actually also did an interview with Kovan CEO and founder. So remember to check out that video also on FAQ Show.
With that, we have come to the end of the episode. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. If you would like us to feature your house, please DM us on Instagram at @worththehome. Thank you so much, Frankie. But also, if you have any questions for Frankie, please leave them down in the comments down below. See you in the next video.